let the dogs out, these.
At first, it looks like sheer chaos as a pack of Roddy dogs pour from the kennel. But a simple blast of a whistle soon turns chaos into an orderly outdoor classroom. Roddy Reynolds specializes in breeding and training chocolate labs, but he says color makes no difference in a dog's ability.
The way they behave is how they're trained.
Roddy and his partner, Bob Foster, opened Blowing Springs Kennel in 2009. But Roddy has been training labs for more than 25 years. Their training methods are based primarily on one simple principle.
All right, one of the biggest things that you can do is teach them not to do something like break. No. No's got to mean no, it's not a suggestion.
Roddy says once a dog learns that, the rest is icing on the cake.
Cubba. No tracker.
Reinforcing those kinds of commands on a daily basis is critical. But body language is just as important, if not more important, than voice commands. The tiny, almost imperceptible flick of a wrist to go, or a gesture to the right for the dog to hunt right.
The dog's language is not English. The dog's language is body language. Your mouth has nothing to do with their language. It's not what they use in the wild. It's your actions that talk to the dog. All right.
The principles are the same, whether it's a gun dog or a house dog, and it's never too early to start. At Blowing Springs, they start training puppies like Sailor almost immediately after they're born.
Start them young. When they bring this back to you, praise them first. Don't take it away from them. Make it fun to bring it to you.
Load up.
Daily training sessions are helpful, but not essential.
Well, everybody's got busy lives, and sometimes you can't do it. So you just do as much as you can.
Something as simple as just sitting down, that can count as working for their food. No. No. And he's not allowed to eat until I release him and let him do it. Okay. And then he's allowed to eat.
The heat of the summer is a great time for water work.
You got to make sure they're doing it right on land first before you go to water, because it's a heck of a lot easier to correct it on land than it is in the water, unless you want to go swimming.
We're going to throw another one out, and he's got to ignore that one and bring what he's got back. Come here, Chief. No. See, I can tell him not to go get that one. And no is not a suggestion, it's a gospel rule. Chief.
Okay, you've been working them all summer and fall. You've been practicing those blind retrieves and some good obedience training. And of course, not to mention that you've been feeding them as well. But right now, or at least in about 15 minutes, is when the rubber meets the road. Right, Roddy?
That's right, we're about to have it happen.
Ready, Chief?
Tell them you're ready. There you go.
As daylight approaches in the North Alabama duck blind, ducks flash overhead in the moonlight. These are the minutes every waterfowler and every retriever lives for.
They live. Oh, one went.
Wounded ducks often dive underwater, making it extremely hard for hunters or dogs to track down in the morning gloom. With other ducks working overhead, Roddy calls Chief back to the blind, but don't worry, he'll be looking for that duck again later. On the last duck of the day, Roddy is away from the blind, but he tells Chief to watch.
Sit, mark your birds.
The flock of wary gadwalls make a pass directly overhead.
Good shot.
That ends the morning hunt, but remember that wounded duck we didn't retrieve? As we walk out, Chief continues to hunt. Truly, a hunter's best friend. I'm Richard Sims on Tennessee's Wild Side.
Boy, Chief.